Super excited as we are getting closer to bear camp. We're in Alberta, tall trees, deep timber. There's some agricultural areas in between the timber that the bears feed out to from hibernation. A true spot and stalk adventure, which I'm excited about. But we are certainly looking for something very special, so a lot of work ahead. I'm getting a little bit of a feel for what we're going to be in for. We just came out of a big forest down one of the last roads we need to get to camp, and there's some of these agricultural fields, oats, etc. So these are the slightly open areas that the bears come into, and the outfitters said they like to hang on the edge of the trees. We're not having an ideal day here weather-wise, but we know the weather's going to improve later on in the week. But now I'm getting a much better idea of exactly how this hunt's going to go, and very, very excited to get this started. Super exciting adventure in Alberta after Magnum black bears is about to get started. We are running into a little bit of bad weather to start the hunt, but we're going to take advantage of our time here and get the rifle sighted in. But these are bears that will hopefully, when we see them, need multiple shots. So being a spot and stalk hunt, we'll have some distance we might need to shoot. Need to make sure the gun's working okay. So Cody and I are going to go sight this gun in. We got the target out at about 100 yards. Let's see, we should be a few inches high. And if we come up with that result, that means the gun is on and we're good to go. Alright, so this is exactly why we always shoot first before we get out. The first shot with a cold barrel was right, even with the bullseye slightly low, but we want it to be 1.5 inches to 2 inches high in the second shot. Once the barrel's warmed up, was perfect. So game on. It's definitely, when you're hunting dangerous game like black bear, especially getting close, we want to make sure the gun is doing what it's supposed to, and this is how we make sure that that's happening. Out and about looking for some Magnum black bears. Not ideal weather. Storm coming in, a bit windy, cold, not the conditions we want, so it looks like we're gonna have to struggle through a couple of days of this kind of weather, but you never know, a big bear will show up wherever, so we're gonna keep looking hard. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening, kind of prime time, so we're just covering some ground, getting to know the area. I'm looking forward to running into a big bear here soon. Don't have the ideal weather, but this is why you have to get out in the evenings. We are looking at about a 6.5-foot bear. Really nice bear, not quite what we're looking for. Super rainy, gloomy, but he's just on the edge of the brush line. And really a pretty good opportunity to take a bear. This is kind of what you were looking for, but we're gonna try and get some film here, judge him a little bit more, and keep hunting. He's a lot smaller than I thought. Not quite what we want. That's why it's so difficult to judge him. You got to get up close and personal to make sure you're seeing what you're seeing. A good bear, but not a big mature boar. So Travis, as we were kind of getting out and about, one of the things I was really told is this area holds some magnum bears, some of those big old boars. Can you tell me a little bit about why you think, having spent quite a bit of time here, why the big old bears tend to be around in an area like this?
It's really the perfect storm of big bush country, some good river systems coming together, and then some small amounts of agricultural land, and then good food sources. And then they also they come into the harvested oat fields, and that's what we're focusing on. They're coming in out of the bush off the hills.
That's pretty cool. That definitely helps, obviously, an area to probably attract more bears, right, when you have some of the agricultural lands?
Yeah, you can have a very concentrated population.
One of the things also, it's always nice to talk to somebody with the kind of experience that you have in looking at bears. For me, it's one of the toughest animals to judge. What are some of the keys in terms of what you look for when you first lay eyes on a bear and you start to break it down and figure out if it's, a big bear?
I look at the head to see if it's where the ears are. If they're off to the side, that's a good start. And you can normally tell its face if it's blocky. I know that's kind of an odd description, but it's just a blocky face. Broad shoulders, and also the way they walk, if they're pigeon-toed, they kind of have a swagger, so.
These bears really tend to pop out when you get some nice weather, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Evenings are always the best, and a sunny evening is really good. So the rain should break today. They're saying at 6 or 7. So it's been raining for a few days. So I'm really hoping that things are really going to pop tonight.
Travis, we really appreciate you taking us out. We're really excited about all the opportunities hopefully we'll get when the weather changes, and long days ahead. Whisper here because we're in one of the best areas that Travis has seen a lot of bear movement, and we got a major trail here.
Been coming through here regularly, so it's a good spot to hunker down and kind of see what happens today. The sun's finally coming out,
so I think we're gonna get the wind right, sit right on the edge, and see if we can see something walking down some of these game trails. Yeah, good idea. That was close. That bear was inside of 7 yards. Almost got poked up with my muzzle. Nice young bear with good genetics, but not what we're looking for. That is some cool action right there. Wasn't the bear we were looking for, but there's a big grain silo with a bear-proof fence around it, and he just very easily jumped over it. I think Cody got none film, and he's having a really good treat of a lot of grain. Spot and stalk black bear hunting in this country involves covering a lot of ground, finding these oat fields, and then looking for sign to make sure you're spending the time in the right area. It's a vast, big concession. We have just found paw print of a really nice bear, and this really gets me excited about spending some time in this oat field in particular. As we get to last light, it's mainly the big boys come out at night, anywhere from 7. It gets dark at 10:30, so we're going to be hunting for this bear for sure. It's a good sign. Alright, looks like we have seen a pretty solid bear. We need a closer look. We're using the wind and we're going to try and get a little closer to him. But this bear has definitely gotten our interest, and we are going to see if we can get this done.
That looks like a pretty decent bear there, Matt. I think it would be probably worthwhile go looking up there. If we could sneak up on this side, I think.
How's that wind, Travis? Naked eye.
The wind is really good in our favor.
Okay. Let's get down here and then go up, yeah? I'll follow you. This looks like it's going to happen. That's a damn good bear. It's going to be inside about 50 yards, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to get too close and bust him. I think that's a shooter. Let's just check the wind, and I think we just need to drift up here.
We're in good shape with the wind.
Perfect.
Let's just crawl up here on this trail.
You got it. I'll stay low. Stalked to about 150 yards of this bear, and he is definitely a mature bear. We're just not getting a really good look at him because he's in and out of the weeds. So we want to make sure that we have the kind of bear we're looking for. So we're going to be patient. The wind's good. Travis, that is looking like a pretty damn good bear, man.
I think this far in hunt, I think it's a good choice to take it.
All right, Cody. Now he's in those weeds. As soon as he gets up, we're gonna take him. Here we go. Oh, he went straight down, Travis. He went straight down, my man.
Dropped him.
Woo! Bears are always exciting. The heart was pounding. Definitely we got into a distance where you could really, truly appreciate this bear. He had the head, he had the length, he had that pigeon toe walk. There's not going to be any disappointments here getting so close to him. Man, that was exciting. Really looking forward to going up there and seeing him. I mean, he went straight down, huh, Eric? Travis?
Oh, absolutely. He dropped like a sack there. Good shoot.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Travis, that was exciting, man. You were not lying about the opportunities on good bears here.
The weather kind of held out for us here. The wind was good, so...
No question. But we stayed patient. I have to be honest with you, this is one of those scenarios that's a prime example of we're almost at our last day here, but we didn't compromise. We focused on getting a good bear, and that is exactly what we did.
It was a good time. It was a heck of a shot. I don't get better than that.
I appreciate that, man. All right, let's go in slowly, Travis. Sometimes these ones that go down right away, get up. Let me just get one in and let me walk in front real quick. Just make sure. Let's come from the back there. Very good decision, my friend. Big head, nice length. You can see the extra skin, great coat. Cody, we did well here. This is a nice, big, mature boar. And you know what? Look at that teeth. He is definitely not a young bear. There's some age to this guy. My friend, thank you. Really appreciate it. We're in Alberta chasing big black bears with my good friend Travis, and we have ourselves a darn good big old black bear. This hunt has been in the works for multiple years, and with that came some serious expectations. I've done a fair amount of bear hunting, and Travis knew that we were looking for something special, and to deliver what we were looking for was not an easy task. And we have ourselves a old warrior that I am so proud to take and share this adventure at a hunter's quest, because it's a hunt where things didn't get off to a great start. We had 2.5 days of very bad weather. We were coming to the end of the line, and we didn't compromise. We knew what we were looking for. We hunted hard. It was a true team effort, and we were able to find the bear that we were looking for at the very end of the hunt, and that's what makes this hunt very special for me. So again, this is a tremendous hunt in some really big country, and for me to get a bear of this quality was really the goal, and Travis made it happen. I'm very much excited to share this hunt with all of you at A Hunter's Quest. We were able to really capture the whole experience, the struggles, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And really excited here that we got exactly what we were looking for.